horizontal versus vertical filmmaking. Let's talk about one of the biggest debates in visual storytelling right now. Should films be shot vertically? Well, you've most definitely seen it. More and more videos are being made in vertical format. And let's be honest, content looks fine that way. TikTok, Reels, Shorts, we scroll, we like, and move on. But when it comes to films, actual cinematic experiences, I have to say, I don't like vertical filmmaking at all. And I'm not alone. So let's break it down. What are the differences between horizontal filmmaking and vertical filmmaking? What are the pros? What are the cons? And why have some major companies tried and failed miserably to make vertical films a thing? Let's start with the obvious, horizontal or landscape filmmaking, which is, the universal language of cinema. It's how we've told stories for over 100 years. It mirrors how we see the world with the two eyes that we have being side by side. It gives us room to breathe, room for landscapes, for movement, for emotion. It's how we watch films in theaters, on TVs, on laptops. Even most tablets are horizontal when they are actually docked. Now enter vertical filmmaking. It's native to our smartphones. It fills the screen when we scroll. It's engaging, it's instant, and it's built for platforms we spend hours on every day. And to be fair, there's a place for it. Vertical works well for that kind of content that's fast, personal, and made for a quick consumption. And just getting out your phone and scrolling through. Yeah, well, you don't have to sit down on your couch to take time to watch something for 2 hours. Vlogs, tutorials, comedy bits, behind the scenes clips, that's all great. But films, not so much. Let's talk about QB. I don't know how that's actually pronounced, but do you remember it? It's a streaming service that was built entirely on vertical content. Big budgets, major stars, professional crews, and the whole thing was supposed to redefine storytelling for your phone. It launched in 2020 and died in less than 7 months. Why? Because no one wants to watch a movie while holding their phone like they were checking Instagram. It's awkward, it's limiting, and honestly, it doesn't feel right. Cinematography is built around that space, around headroom, movement, composition, and vertical kills that. When you flip a scene vertically, you lose everything that's around the character. You lose the environment. You lose the blocking. You lose the feeling that you're in a world. All you got left is just the character. And some filmmakers tried. They experimented with vertical format in creative ways. And there are some short films that actually look decent for what they are. But let's be clear, this is an exception, not the future. Even platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where vertical dominates, are being used more for marketing tools. Trailers, promos, bit-sized ideas, not full narrative experiences. And we use it all the time to market and get people's attention to the longer form horizontal films. Even those couple exceptions where a vertical film did look actually good, those always still kind of leave you thinking, wouldn't it have been way nicer on a widescreen? Something that I could watch on a projector or on a big TV, not just on my phone. So why is vertical even still around? Because of attention. Because people are consuming everything on their phones. Because platforms reward content that fills the screen. Because it's easier to go viral when your video takes up 100% of the viewer's attention and screen, and you don't have to rotate your phone first to watch something. It's just one step too much. But let's make a very important distinction. content is not film. Vertical is great for content, but film, a story told in light, space, rhythm, silence, and scale, deserves room, deserves width, framing that feels intentional. And that's why I personally don't like vertical filmmaking for films. Well, as a filmmaker myself, I want my story to breathe. I want my frame to say something. And I can't do that when everything just feels squeezed, into the phone format. So now the big question, are we moving toward a vertical future? In content, well, it's already there. In filming, I don't think so. It's not likely, and we have experienced that it failed. Well, also theaters are not ever gonna rotate their screens. Televisions aren't gonna flip sideways, and well, real storytelling still craves for the horizon. So if you are a filmmaker, don't feel pressured to follow the trend. Tell your story the way it was meant to be told. And if that means horizontal, wide, sweeping, cinematic, stick with it and just post on the platforms where that is still relevant, like YouTube, or watch my video about FilmHub. And now subscribe for more filmmaking insights.